Chance to experience the imagination of Disney gone wild. It's TGIF's Animal Kingdom contest.
You could win an exclusive VIP tour of Disney's Animal Kingdom and visit all the spots we hit on tonight's Sabrina.
Stick around for more details and your chance to win right here on TGIF.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all of your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss them over a glass of coffee because it's like 10 a.m. where I am.
8 a.m.
And it's earlier for you. And I'm Patrick M. Dunn. You probably know me from the previous 82 episodes, and I'm joined here, as always, by Catherine, Cat Halstead, the author.
Like, what was with the Catherine? You were getting all, getting catty voice on me there.
I think I said it as a joke a few episodes back, and then I just I like just saying Catherine. I don't know, I feel...
Catherine.
I feel like I'm Barbara Walters, and I'm introducing, one of her interviews of a lifetime.
Like when she interviewed Katharine Hepburn.
Yes. After the break, we're going to be interviewing Katharine Hepburn. That's my Barbara Walters voice, in case you didn't know.
That's your Barbara Walters? Okay.
Yeah, it's not the best. I'm not good at doing Babs. Can we call her Babs? Will she get pissed?
You know what? I don't think she's going to find this. She's too busy writing about which men she slept with.
All of her interviews of a lifetime. I'm not going to lie. Cinco de Mayo, on this past Cinco de Mayo, I stayed home. And I think I watched 5 interviews of a lifetime of Barbara Walters on YouTube.
I love that that's what you watched on Cinco de Mayo. I don't even remember Cinco de Mayo. And it was how many? It was 12 days ago?
Something like that. Not too far. It's not too long ago.
I was probably just watching ER reruns and Party of Five.
I mean, they're both equally entertaining. I'll just throw that out there.
I mean, at least ER doesn't have Julia Salinger, who is the absolute worst character ever.
Yeah, you keep saying this on Twitter. You're doing Party of Five rankings every episode.
Not every episode. It's I get through about half the season. I'm like, oh my god, Julia is the worst. She's just consistently selfish and annoying and terrible to the other siblings. She's never nice to the others. She's always a bitch. Always.
I mean, I haven't seen Party of Five in eons, but I remember I liked Julia. I enjoyed her character. Maybe it's because I was a moody teen when the show was originally on.
Yeah, I'm wondering because I don't remember not liking her when I watched it as a teen, and I'm thinking maybe because I was a moody little bitch too.
Yeah, you're hanging up Neve Campbell posters on your wall.
Or maybe it was just my love of Sydney Prescott that kept me loving her or something. I don't know, but she's just so awful. Charlie and Bailey are both assholes, but they both have times where they're good guys and not complete idiots.
All right, want to do a round of Fuck, Marry, Kill, Neve Campbell edition?
Oh God, I gotta hear this.
All right, Julia Salinger, Sydney Prescott, or her character from The Craft, whose name escapes me, the one with the skin burns, who's also kind of moody.
I totally know who you mean. I can't remember the character's name, but okay, kill Julia, fuck the girl from The Craft, marry Sydney Prescott.
I think that is the correct answer. I think that will be the internet consensus. If you agree with us, Katie Pats out there, if you agree, tweet us at Very Podcast and let us know your FMK Neve Campbell edition. And if you have any added Neve Campbells, like her character in Catwalk, the short-lived MTV series, or even Wild Things.
Or what about her character in House of Cards? Or that totally random, one episode she did of Mad Men.
Yeah. I forgot she was on Mad Men. We might have to go back and do her filmography, the Neve Campbell filmography podcast. Coming next year to a internet smartphone near you? I don't know.
Whatever technology brings us.
What are we doing today? What classic television series are we doing this week? Where are we dipping into? What have we gotten ourselves into begrudgingly?
Okay, I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. This was not my pick.
This was my pick.
This was Patrick's. This was 100% Patrick.
I know. Another dud. I picked, the Munsters today.
Yeah.
Some other notable duds along the way.
So, I think we had fonder memories of this show in our head than what it actually is, because...
I really didn't even watch it that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think when this show was on, it was at that point where weren't really hanging out that much on a Friday night at home. So, and if we were at home on a Friday night, we weren't watching TV, we were talking to each other.
Yeah, when I get to the what else was on this night, I will totally tell you what I was watching that night. And it certainly was not Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which is our subject. I remember my sister watched this show. I think that's the only reason I ever saw it accidentally here and there, because I think she recorded episodes and then she would watch the tapes the next day or something, and I would just kind of watch it for 3 minutes and then just leave the room because I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You're like, Melissa Joan Hart, what the hell are you doing?
I have a fondness for Melissa Joan Hart. I kind of enjoyed the cat, Salem the cat. He was kind of fun. That animatronic. Today he would totally be a CGI character.
Oh my god, he would. That's kind of sad.
Yes, and I kind of liked when Salil Moonfry joins the show later on, and when they go to college.
Okay, yeah.
I mostly remember that. I was actually, because we watched a season 2 episode 23 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was waiting for Salil Moonfry to show up, and no, we just get Lindsay Sloane instead.
This show, I don't know. I'm having a lot of negative feelings towards this show. But I love Melissa Joan Hart. If she's in a Hallmark or a Lifetime movie, I am watching that crap.
Really? You're a big Melissa Joan Harter?
Okay.
What are they called? Harders? Hardies?
Hardies? I don't know. No, Hardies is...
Hard-ons? Heart-ons?
Someone called Lara fan. I actually, on DVD, own a copy of Holiday in Handcuffs, which is the Christmas movie she did for ABC Family with Mario Lopez.
Oh.
Because I love that movie so much.
So, what is Melissa Joan Hart's career today? Does she just do Hallmark movies, or does she... Oh, I know she did Melissa and Joey. That was kind of her wheelhouse for a few years.
Yeah, she did 5 seasons, which felt more like 6 or 7, the way that the ABC Family chopped it up.
Yeah, I would have thought Melissa and Joey was on for 27 years.
And I loved it. It was so good. It was so much better than Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I've never seen it, so I'm just going to throw that out there.
It's just who's the boss type kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Who grew up together, never really did anything together, but are totally friends, and they have a great chemistry on screen.
Okay, that works.
She did that, and then she's done some movies, and she did stuff for Lifetime, she's done stuff for Hallmark, she did one of the God's Not Dead movies.
Oh yeah, she's filming a God's Not Dead 2. Oh no, that's already come on, I'm sorry.
That came out a year ago.
She did last year an episode of Celebrity Family Feud.
Ooh, those are always fun.
And Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, she was on Dancing with the Stars way back.
An episode of Just Shoot Me.
I take it you're on IMDb right now.
I am. And this is wild. This is pretty crazy. She was on an episode of Law and Order SVU. Believe it or not, she branched out into crime procedurals. Yes,
she was. Oh my god, I totally forget the storyline, but I can see her in my head on the show because that was back when I still watched the show. It was crack. But
I feel like she'd play a villain. It's hey, let's get Melissa Joan Hart on SVU to play the perp.
Yeah. I think she was.
Ooh. We'll have to track that episode down. It's probably on USA in 40 minutes.
Probably.
It's going to be followed by the Misha Barton episode of Law and Order.
Or maybe it'll be one of the episodes with Big Pete from Pete and Pete.
Yeah. I love throwing on a Law and Order and just the faces that appear. And you get...
Oh my god, it's the best.
It's like Christmas morning. You wake up.
You know what I really love is you spot all these random East Coast soap opera actors
in Law and Order.
Yeah, on Law and Order and SVU and all that stuff because they were or are filmed in New York, so you get like all those theater actors.
Yeah, and there's probably a small circle of casting crew, and they just use the same pool of people over and over again. And it's like, hey, let's get the girl that plays Susan Lucci's assistant to play the dead hooker in this episode of SVU.
Go to your room, Susan Lucci.
Susan Lucci's like, I want to be on SVU. Why can I not be on SVU? They're like, get the fuck off here. We do not want you here.
Dude, they would totally hire Susan Lucci. It's the right.
Go polish your Emmy, your daytime Emmy.
Hey.
That you finally won after like a 30-year dry spell.
It's like her 19th nomination.
Do we like Susan Lucci?
We love Susan Lucci. Susan Lucci is a badass.
I wasn't really a big All My Children watcher, and I don't think honestly, I didn't really care for her that much. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm just like, Erica Kane, over you.
Yeah, like, there are definitely times where I was over Erica Kane because the writing on the show was so stupid, but, you know, Susan Lucci, she's pretty classy, so if she's dragging you, you really fucked up. That means you, Chuck Pratt, Brian Franz.
Oh, Chuck and Brian they're getting dragged through the coals on a very special podcast.
They got dragged in Chuck got dragged in her bio. Like, even Sarah Michelle Gellar didn't get dragged. Really.
Oh, maybe they like patched things up. Maybe Sarah and Susan maybe they went out for coffee one day. They reminisced about the old days.
And it's like, I'm sorry I won the Emmy before you.
Yeah, they brought their Emmys together. They had a play date with their daytime Emmys. I still can't believe that Sarah Michelle Gellar won an Emmy.
Yeah, she was awesome as Kendall Hart. I don't think the actress that played Kendall later won one.
I feel like I'm in an alternate universe where Sarah Michelle Gellar is an Emmy Award-winning actress. Like, I've never heard anyone say that, though.
Well, because you know why? Because then she went on to Primetime, and she hasn't won a Primetime one.
Yeah, I think they really tried to get her a Primetime Emmy. They were trying to push later seasons of Buffy, like some of the dramatic seasons, but it never... The Emmy committee does not watch the WB, CW, or UPN, let's be real.
No, like, let's just be real. The girl from Jane the Virgin is lucky as fuck that she got a Golden Globe that one time.
Yeah, they probably did not know that show was on the CW. They thought it was probably like a quirky ABC drama.
That just got, like, slipped in.
Yeah, and they were like, wait, this is a CW show? Oh, shit, it's too late. It's, like, already in the Emmy ballot box.
I already pressed vote. Damn it.
He's digging his hand in, trying to pull the votes out, and he can't get them all out. So, Jane the Virgin,
yeah.
Will it be the only CW show to ever win an Emmy? Or a Golden Globe, or an anything.
Probably.
Even like a Teen Choice Award.
Oh my god. Those things are so trashy.
If I was ever nominated for a Teen Choice Award, I just probably would not even go to the ceremony.
You don't go to that stuff unless you're gonna win, or your publicist wants you to show up.
They probably tell you ahead of time if you're gonna win, I imagine, right?
Exactly. Like, I don't know why anybody from Girl Meets World went to the last, like, Teen Choice Awards. It was so, like, even though you could see, because you were voting on Twitter, you could see that, like, Rowan had the most retweets or something.
Oh.
That, there's, like, small print in the whole, like, Teen Choice thing that says, discretion is up to the producers to pick the actual winner.
Do they do, like, a Twitter poll?
Yeah, they do it like a Twitter thing. You can see it if you follow, like, certain shows that are in that, like, teen age range. Okay,
so when I go into Twitter and I do a dumb poll, like, what should I eat for lunch? And I put 2 sandwich choices, that's the kind of poll they do for...
No, it's like the retweet.
Oh.
They do the retweet analytics where it's like you have to tweet this certain phrase or hashtag.
It's like if you vote this actress, retweet if you like this actress, kind of.
Not even that. Like, It's just like hashtag Rowan for Teen Choice.
Oh, well, the whole point is that you do that, and then it also. You're kind of marketing the awards, I think.
Exactly.
And you know what? Those are the tweets that I just scroll right by. Like all those like save the voice votes and stuff. I'm just like, nope. Mute. Save Jesse. Voice NBC. Like mute right away. Mm-hmm. I don't see any of that shit. I don't want that nonsense on my timeline.
Or it's like, which dance does America like better? Dance A or Dance B? And it's like, I don't care because I'm in Mountain Time and my vote doesn't matter. So.
You're just a weird hill person.
There's like, why am I have no need to vote. I'm not watching this live.
All right. So do you want to talk about what was on the same night as this episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch that we are discussing?
Oh, I guess so. Okay, what night was this even? Like, when was this episode?
This was on, this is April 24th, 1998. Late 90s. I always said 80s.
1998?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
We were in season 2 of Sabrina?
Yes, it's Sabrina the Teenage Witch came out the season before all those supernatural themed TGIF shows came out, so I think that what kind of led the pack.
Okay, so, wow. Okay, I just really thought it started the 97-98 season.
Well, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the movie, which was like a Showtime direct movie, came out in 1996. Mm-hmm. That was the unofficial pilot. Mm-hmm. Then, that fall, 96-97, Sabrina the Teenage Witch premiered. It was, I guess it made some waves. Mm-hmm. So, ABC picked it up, and they also commissioned 2 other supernatural themed shows, Teen Angel, about a boy who dies from eating an old hamburger, and he comes back as an angel, and
Yeah, Maureen McCormick was on that, and why do I know this stuff?
And Jerry Van Dyke. Was it Jerry Van Dyke?
I don't think it was Jerry Van Dyke.
I feel like it was one of the Van Dykes was on it.
It's definitely not Dick Van Dyke.
After Maureen McCormick left, she didn't stick around for the whole show.
No, she didn't. She bounced pretty fast. She was like, I'm out.
She was like, this is garbage. This show about a dead teen who hangs out with, like, he's kind of like a ghost and he hangs out with his friend.
Yeah.
Who's still alive. And then the other one was a show about a genie. It was called You Wish.
Oh, God. I remember these shows, and I remember they were bad.
And they were pretty much immediately canceled. They didn't even, I don't even think they made it a full season because we are in April 24th, what'd I say? April 24th, 1998.
Yeah.
And those shows are nowhere on the TGIF lineup. So are you ready for what was on ABC this night? It is sad. It's a sad night.
Tell me what was on ABC this night.
All right. At 8 p.m., we get a rerun. A rerun of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Okay, so 8 o'clock is a rerun? Oh my gosh, that's bad.
At 8:30, we get a new episode of Boy Meets World. An episode called Honesty Night.
Okay.
Followed by the episode we are doing tonight, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Disney World, when Sabrina goes to the Animal Kingdom. I don't know why they call the episode Disney World, because it mostly was just Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, oh God.
We'll get into it. Then at 9:30 was a rerun of Boy Meets World. So it's just like a rerun sandwich with 8:30, 9 o'clock is like the meat.
This is sad.
Yeah. There's nothing left of TGIF. Like, I actually think the following season, I don't even think, did they brand it as TGIF the next year?
I think maybe they did. I don't even know. Do you know what was on the next season? Was that, you know what? I think the next season was when they did the show with the Olsen twins.
Was it Two of a Kind? Maybe?
Yeah.
Their last ditch effort to keep TGI relevant.
I think so. I'm not like Googling this or anything, so.
Yeah, we'll get to it. If we ever do a show that takes place in the months of the 98, 99 season, we'll analyze it.
Like, I feel like this is like when it's sputtering. This is when TGIF is sputtering. There's nothing left except for Boy Meets World.
See, I think what it was is TGIF kind of died with our generation. I don't think they really prepared for the next batch of youngings.
They didn't. They're just.
Do you want to take a wild guess at what was on at 10 p.m. on ABC on a Friday?
2020.
Hell yeah! It was probably still a Barbara Walters era episode, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was probably Barbara Walters and Hugh Down.
She probably interviewed some great celebs or a murderer. Mm-hmm. Is John Stossel, was he on 2020?
He was. Back in the day.
He was my favorite. He was my dude. He was my go-to
He was. He is now on Fox News.
Yeah, I didn't follow him to the cable network. I'm just going to throw that out there. Sorry, John. Sorry, John Stossel.
Yeah. No, he just pops up on stuff like once in a while as like commentator, and I'm like, oh, why did you leave ABC?
They probably throwing money out of him. Maybe Barbara Walters left 2020 and he just wasn't feeling the new host, maybe?
He didn't want to hang out with Elizabeth Vargas.
I probably wouldn't either. Let's be real. All right. Are you ready for CBS, The Eye?
Yeah, let's find out what other... This is right. I think this is around the time where Friday night became a really, like, crappy night of TV.
Yeah. The first half hour that night, 8 to 8:30 was Kids Say the Darndest Things.
Oh my god.
Sad, huh?
Yeah.
Followed by Candid Camera, which I guess must have made a revival in the 90s.
I guess. Oh my gosh.
But the 9 o'clock slot, 9 to 11, we get... Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
I have no idea what I'm bracing myself for, but I think I'm as ready as I can be.
A revival movie, Dallas, War of the Ewings, premiered this night.
This is what I was watching.
Ooh, she popped her popcorn. She poured herself a little cup of juicy juice because she was only like 15.
Hey, I was totally 16 at this time.
I was close.
You were 16 too.
I was estimating, doing a rough estimate.
It's 1998, we were 16.
All right, you were 16, drinking some juicy juice and popcorn and just watching...
No, I was probably drinking Coca-Cola and...
In a coffee cup.
Eating chips.
Watching Patrick Duffy dance across the screen on a Friday night again, on a show that is not Step by Step.
Yes.
All right, are you ready for Fox? Because this is definitely what I was watching this night. I was a Fox boy.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. 8 o'clock from 8 to 9. My favorite show for at least 6 months. Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Wait, who hosted that? Did Dean Cain host this?
Dean Cain hosted something else, but I definitely don't think it was this.
I feel like Dean Cain hosted this. Or something similar.
Oh, it was hosted by James Brolin in season 1 and Jonathan Frakes for the rest of the show.
Okay.
But the gist of the show is that they would have 4 stories. One of them was supposedly true, and the other 3 were fiction. And I guess at the end, you were supposed to guess which one was real. And it was like a fun little game to play with your family and friends, and you just sit there and try to guess which was which. And
yeah,
I don't know. The ones that were always batshit insane, though, always turned out to be true, and you were like, no, there's no way in hell that one's real.
I know I watched this from time to time. It was never oh my god, I have to watch this, like, with Unsolved Mysteries, but...
Yeah. I don't think it was consistently on, either. I think they just kind of threw it on the schedule whenever something was canceled.
It was probably, like, cheap to produce because you have mostly, like, unknown actors in these reenactment things, and you, like, pay a host. He could probably, like, pop out, like, 10 episodes in a day if he's having a good day.
Yeah, and the stories are short. They're basically what you air before a commercial. So they're really short. It's like a Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. It's just a short little segment. You just put it together really quick. It's over by the commercial break. The stories are wrapped up. And they get right to the point. You don't have time to let things hang and try to figure out what's going on.
Yes.
And it was on for, it says 4 seasons. I don't think there's that many episodes, though, because as I said, I think it only aired whenever things were canceled or they were in a pinch and they just needed something.
They're like, call that guy in. We'll get him to do those stories. He can just get those in. We need something to air on Friday night this week.
They probably had them all filmed in 1997 or whenever the show first premiered.
97 and 98, they probably filmed a bunch, and they were like, oh, okay, let's do it. Let's just throw one on. Let's mix and match these stories.
We got 50 episodes, raring to go. We'll just throw them out when we need to. All right, are you ready for what was following Beyond Belief?
It isn't the X-Files?
It's not the X-Files. It's close to the X-Files. So... After the X-Files moved to Sundays, they asked X-Files creator Chris Carter to create a new series. And he created Millennium, which was a dark fucking show. It had Lance Henriksen in it, and who's the guy that plays John Locke on Lost?
Terry O'Quinn.
Yes, Terry O'Quinn was a villain, and they solved horrific crimes in the Pacific Northwest. And I think there was a little bit of a supernatural element to it, too.
Okay.
But the first season mostly dealt with serial killers. And then I think Fox thought the show was too dark, so they tried to make it more like the X-Files. And then the show got canceled because they fucked with the formula. So, Bye, Millennium. Sorry. We'll see you soon, Terry O'Quinn, though.
Yeah, he just got off Blacklist Redemption, which was the awful, awful spinoff of one of the greatest shows ever, The Blacklist.
Yeah. I've never seen The Blacklist, but I have mad respect for it. And then I saw there was Blacklist Redemption, and I don't like them trying to franchise television series.
Okay. Like, there's something just really magical about The Blacklist and the chemistry between the cast and the characters and the way they work together. Like, I mean, plus you have James freaking Spader as your lead.
I know, that's like lightning in a bottle right there.
Yeah, and then they took, like, a character who, I love the actor, Ryan Eggold, who plays Tom.
Oh.
But the character of Tom, he's not a good guy. He's really not. Like, when you get down to it, no matter what kind of tragic backstory you give him, where he's, like, sold by his mother or something to, like, criminals or whatever it was she did, because I didn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I could not watch the show. Like, I tried. Because I loved The Blacklist, I tried to give the show a chance, and I wanted to scoop my eyes out with spoons because it was so bad. Like, there's no chemistry.
And it was canceled, right?
Yeah, it was canceled. It was, like, an 8-episode thing that they did, which, like, I don't even know why they did it.
It's like when they do 8 episodes of Agent Carter in between the season breaks of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But Agent Carter was so good. Maybe. I miss you, Agent Carter.
Come back to us. I would, like, do a Kickstarter. I would start one, and I would raise money. I would go around the country and raise funds just to make a 3rd season of Agent Carter.
Oh, I just want a 3rd season.
Or even, like, a telemovie.
I feel like just do a TV movie. Just do a TV movie, like, once a year.
Like a 2-hour movie once a year, and we get her in different time frames that we can go up to.
Yeah, like, you can still build on that mythology that they were building up to. I need to know if Agent Asshole, played by Chad Michael Murray, is dead or not.
I'm sure he's fine. They were not going to kill off Chad.
Left me on that cliffhanger!
They're not going to kill off Chad Michael McMurray, whatever the fuck his name is. Chad Michael Michaels.
Like, Chad Michael... Like, oh my god, that was, like, one character who I hated, but I loved hating him because he made it so easy. I was like, damn, Chad Michael Murray, where was this acting, like, all throughout One Tree Hill?
Yeah. When I first heard that Chad Michael Murray was going to be on the show, I was like, that really cheapens the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then I ended up liking him, and I was like, wow.
Like, you like him, but you still hate him, because you never know, like, does he trust Peggy or not? Does he respect her? Like, there's this weird, like, that was such a fun thing to, like, try and figure out each week when they interacted.
Yeah, they kept double-crossing each other, and then they would un-double-cross each other, but they had, like, a respect. They respected each other.
Yeah, like...
It was a fun comic book dynamic relationship.
Yes, and, ABC.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Instead of, like, all the stupid stuff you've got on the schedule for the fall... Which, we need to do a Getting Catty about that.
We will. We'll do a Getting Catty, the fall schedule episode. Coming soon to a podcast medium near you.
Yes, because I have a lot of feelings.
All right, are you ready for NBC?
Yeah, what was on NBC? I have no clue what could have even been on NBC. Maybe Dateline?
Yeah, NBC was kind of fun. It started off with Dateline. That aired at 8, the 8 to 9 hour.
Okay.
And I didn't know this was on a Friday night. There was a new episode of Law and Order, Old School, on this night.
Huh.
Oh, you know what? I just figured out why. Because at 10 o'clock is Homicide: Life on the Street. So I bet you they did a crossover this week. Because they used to do their yearly crossovers.
Yes, and this is, like, right around the time of before SVU started, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think SVU, probably kicked off... I think 99 2000 season, I think, is when SVU premiered, but it could even be 98, 99, I'm not sure.
It's something like that, yeah.
I think Homicide: Life on the Streets was canceled to make way for SVU, to be real.
Yeah.
Because they really tried to get...
Because Richard Belzer was in, like, the pilot episode. Like, he was there from the start.
Yeah, well, I think Homicide: Life on the Streets was never a huge hit, but people liked the crossovers, I think. I think that's the only time people ever watched Homicide, was when they did a crossover.
Yeah, SVU started in 1999.
And I think people liked the character of Detective Munch.
Yes.
And the way he interacted with the New York Police Department. Mm-hmm. So they brought him over. And that was like the greatest move in television history.
Definitely one of the top 5.
And fun fact, Munch, like the actual character of Detective Munch, is on an episode of The X-Files.
That is amazing.
So wild. Like, they allowed him to cross over to a whole new network, a whole different production studio.
Yeah.
So, Detective Munch, shout out to you. You are like the greatest television character in the history of television. And I'm kind of sad that you're no longer on SVU.
Yeah.
Your SVU is just like a chicken running around without its head off.
18 seasons.
Poor Olivia is still there.
I think it got renewed again, so...
Oh, they will just... I think NBC knows they made a horrible mistake killing old school Law and Order.
Yeah. So
they're just making it up to the fans by just letting Law and Order SVU just go on forever.
Yeah, like, I only recognize, like, 2 people in the SVU cast now.
Is Ice-T still on it, right?
Yeah. At least according to the picture I'm looking at. I don't know how up-to-date that is, but...
I think it's Mariska and Ice-T, I think, are the only 2 that are still chugging along.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good for them. They got steady work.
Totally. hey.
It gives Coco a nice mansion for her to just chill in.
Exactly. She's got to stay away from those ghosts.
Shout out to Coco.
So...
So that is our NBC lineup. It's wild. I mean, wild night, right?
Yeah.
We get murder and order, law.
I mean, okay, you know what? Maybe I wasn't watching Dallas. Maybe I was watching Law and Order.
Oh, if it was a crossover episode, you definitely stopped what you were doing.
And that's what I was watching. I was watching Homicide, even though I didn't like it.
You were probably recording Dallas on VHS, or would you even cared about a Dallas movie by 1998?
You know what? I might not have, but I might have, because you know what? I remember watching the Dynasty reunion movie. Like, I would check out the reunion movies and act like I had actually watched the shows. Like, I wasn't a 5-year-old when they were on or anything.
And you totally pretended you're a part of that world?
Well, you know what? I had watched Dallas reruns on, the Nashville Network or something.
Yeah, old school TNN.
Yeah, I knew stuff. I, knew the show. I knew the characters. So, it was probably, flipping back and forth between the two. Whatever kept my attention. There
was a year that the Nashville Network... They always aired Dallas, but because there was 400 episodes, it took forever to get through the whole show's run. Mm-hmm. And then I remember, it might have been around late 1997, they finally got back to the first episode. And I tried to jump back on board. I got as far as I could. And then I don't even think I even made it to Who Shot JR, because I think I just kept forgetting to watch episodes.
Yeah, because it aired they didn't air a lot of the episodes in a day. They just aired one episode.
Yeah, so you had to go through it day by day, and it just took forever. And I wasn't here for it. I had a lot of television commitments, and I just didn't have time for Dallas. But I might have made it through a season.
We had to watch our Sunset Beach.
Yeah, and Port Charles, and reruns of Dark Shadows on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
Plus my nighttime staples like Melrose Place and 90210. And Millennium.
Bottles Inc.
All right. So shall we go... into the portion of the podcast where we actually have to talk about Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Are you ready for this? Get it over with?
Yeah, I guess. Let's just get this part over with. We've been avoiding this.
We teased that Sabrina, Spellman, and friends go to Disney World. The episode is called Disney World, but they just go to the Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, they don't go to the Magic Kingdom.
All right, you want to hear something wild?
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, so this episode... premiered on April 24th, 1998. 2 days earlier, yes, 2 days earlier, it was Earth Day, 1998. That was when Animal Kingdom opened. So Animal Kingdom was only open for 2 days when this episode aired.
Okay, you're making my theory sound way better.
What was your theory?
Didn't I tell you this? They're in the middle of filming. They're getting ready to film an episode. They've got the script, and then Disney's all so hey, you got to do a Disney World episode. That's got to air on this day, so you got to go down to Animal Kingdom, right now, and film it over the next 3 days. Bye-bye.
This episode is really just a half-hour commercial for Animal Kingdom.
And it's not a very good commercial for Animal Kingdom.
No, I think it doesn't really do Animal Kingdom justice. I'm just going to throw that out there. Mm-mm. They mostly just use sets. I honestly don't even know if they were actually in Animal Kingdom, to be honest with you.
I think, maybe the guy who plays Harvey was, because he did the safari.
But you know what?
Stuff.
I even think they even use stand-ins. I think when they did close-ups of the actor as Harvey, he was just in a nondescript television studio set. But then when they did faraway shots, you wouldn't see his face. Mm-hmm. So I don't even think they picked up the whole crew and actually flew down to Orlando, Florida.
This is it was probably, I have seen a lot of TV. I've seen a lot of episodes that take place at Disney World and Disneyland. And this is probably one of the worst ones.
Yes. Even in the Full House, the Roseanne, the Boy Meets World, and the Step by Steps, you see the characters actually interacting with crowds of people.
Yes.
Actual extras and stuff. There's no extras in this.
On notable rides and stuff.
Yes, there's nothing. This does not look like, I've never been to Animal Kingdom, but this does not look like Animal Kingdom to me. It just looks like they're in a set, like a sitcom studio.
Yeah, that sand pit thing that the ants were in. Okay, hold on, we gotta explain this stupid setup. The setup to why they're in Disney is even more ridiculous.
Yes. So I guess the premise of the show is that Sabrina is a teenage witch and she is trying to obtain her witch license.
Yes. So she's got a quizmaster named Dash who just pops up and gives her these little quizzes on magical stuff.
He reminds me of LeVar Burton for some reason from Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, I get it. I can't remember who the actor is, but I totally... Like, he could play a young LeVar Burton in a movie.
I was going to look it up, but I was like, I don't even care.
Like, that's how much we hate this. We were not into this episode.
No, I think I paused it halfway through because I was, a part of me was like, I must be near the end, and I saw I was only like 10 minutes in, and then I was like, I need to take a break.
Yeah.
I need to take like a 15-minute break to get
It's
through
hard
this.
to watch. It really is. I don't know. It's just, I was like, oh my god, what is this is so stupid.
So Sabrina's in her school. She's like just chilling with her friend. Is her friend named Valerie?
I think so. I think that's what Lindsay Sloane's character is named.
No, I think is Lindsay Sloane the popular bitch?
No.
Okay. Okay, so Lindsay Sloane's Valerie, I think, and I think the other girl is Libby, maybe.
Yeah, Libby.
Libby is the bitch.
Who's a bitch for no reason but just to be a bitch.
Yeah, they just need just someone to be bitchy to the other girls.
Yeah.
So they're in school. It's Lindsay Sloane and Sabrina and Harvey, and they're just, I don't know, talking about whatever's going on that weekend. And the Quizmaster, is that his name? What did you call him?
Yeah, the Quizmaster Dash shows up.
He just suddenly appears.
Or Albert. Apparently his name is Albert. Why did I think his name was Dash?
I don't know, but I like the name Dash. Let's call him Dash.
Yeah, we're just gonna call him Dash. We're renaming these characters.
We might as well. He just suddenly appears, and he's like, hey, Sabrina, you have a quiz this weekend. You need to create a potion that can turn a human into an animal, and then another potion that can turn them back into a human. Mm-hmm. The catch is, though, is that you have to use these rare exotic plants that you can only find in one place in the world. Animal Kingdom in Orlando, Florida.
Because why not?
And Sabrina's like, how am I going to get there?
You're a freaking witch. You snap your fingers and you go for like 20 minutes. You gather these freaking plants and you snap your fingers back. You make your potions and you're good.
Exactly. But no, instead, Dash, the Quizmaster, has to do this convoluted plot.
So stupid. Like, it's so stupid. Oh my god.
Can we just say that he has to convince the principal to bring the whole school to Animal Kingdom?
It's not even he has to convince the principal. He, like, snaps his fingers and the principal is like, we're going to Florida! And then Sabrina's like, we're going to Disney World!
And can we just say that the principal is played by the actor who plays Leon on Roseanne? Can we just throw that out there?
Yes, Martin Mull.
Yeah, shout out to Martin Mull. I did not know he was on this, and when I saw him, I was like, whoa, I was not ready for this.
He dated one of the aunts for a while, or maybe both of them at one point.
Yeah, I think he flip-flopped between Zeldar and Hilda.
Yeah.
And the ants go, and Salem the cat goes.
Yeah, because they're the chaperones for this last-minute trip to Disney World. Okay, come on, people. This is like the kind of trip that you have to fundraise for and spend like a year planning. You don't just like snap your fingers and we're going to Disney World.
Maybe there was like a slush fund that had extra money in, and they used that.
Well, let's be real. All Sabrina had to do was snap her fingers, and that school had like extra funds. Let's be real.
Yeah. So now the whole town is basically there. Where do they live? Riverdale? I don't know.
It's not even Riverdale. It's like, because Sabrina is based on the Archie comics, but it's like they took the character and then they just like made it really weird.
In the comics, I think Sabrina lived in the town next to Riverdale, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
Pondale.
I'll be honest, I would kind of just skip the Sabrina and the Josie and the Pussycats that you find in like the Archie comic books. I would always stick to like Archie and the gang.
So is Sabrina the Teenage Witch coming to Riverdale? Isn't that the rumor?
She is.
The season 2 rumor. Is she going to have magic?
I don't know. Who knows with Riverdale?
Or is she just going to be like a goth teen?
Oh, God. Who knows? All I know is she'll probably, like, make goo-goo eyes at Archie, and he'll be like, ooh, new girl. Must go and be cute boy for.
We'll find out. We'll find out next season on Riverdale. Stay tuned, folks.
Yes, we will.
Kat is totally here for it. I'm not. She's going to have to fill me in. Fill me in.
I'm here for the adults, really.
Yeah. You're here for Luke Perry and Betty's mom from Twin Peaks, whatever her name is.
No, I'm here for Luke Perry. I'm here for
Skeet.
Yes, Skeet Ulrich and Veronica's mom, and next season Veronica's dad.
Ooh, who's
coming? Played by Mark Consuelos.
Ooh, Mark Consuelos,
formerly of All My Children, aka Kelly Ripa's husband.
Fun fact about Mark Consuelos: he was like the justice of the peace who married Howard Stern and his wife Beth Stern. I just think that's wild.
That is so random.
Shout out to Mark Consuelos. Come on our podcast and tell us about it. And give us some tea on Riverdale. All right. So after the commercial break or whatever, we are now in Animal Kingdom. We are there. We're in the midst of it. The hotel is like literally in the middle of Animal Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Like you just walk out the door and you're there.
Yeah. But that's like, isn't that how like those Disney resorts kind of are?
Yes. I think so. I don't know. I have not been in a while.
I don't know. Heather, you tell us you've been.
Oh, yeah. Our podcast fan, our number one fan, Heather, she sent us pictures of Animal Kingdom. We have like actually.
Hey, I have pictures.
Oh, okay. We'll share these tweets.
I've been.
We'll tweet these pics of Animal Kingdom, and then we'll compare it to the episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch that we watched and try to determine if they were really in Animal Kingdom or not.
Maybe they like just went for a day because
I don't even think that. They had like a scout crew that flew.
Or maybe they were really just at Disneyland.
No, they probably had a scout crew that was able to go to Orlando, and they just filmed all these exterior shots. And then they just edited them into the actual plot of the show, so it just seemed like everyone was at Animal Kingdom.
Okay, can we be real? Like, even the IMDb trivia has nothing about it being in Disney World.
Because they weren't. I know for a fact.
They weren't. Like, the only trivia is that it's Valerie's last episode.
Oh, she got fired? She got the dirty boot from the show?
I guess so. They were always, like, recasting her friends and stuff.
Yeah, there was another girl in the first season, I think.
Yeah, there was another girl, there was a girl. They were, like, so many cast changes on this show that I think that was part of why it was hard to watch. It's like you never knew, like, what friend was she gonna have this week.
Let's be real. Lindsay Sloane deserves better.
She does. I'm glad she got 3 seasons of The Odd Couple.
Yeah, which got canceled, like, yesterday, right?
Something like that. Yeah, it was sad. I actually enjoyed The Odd Couple.
We've brought The Odd Couple up many times on this podcast. And I think anytime Matthew Perry comes up, we always bring up The Odd Couple for some reason. And now we have a new gateway drug to The Odd Couple, Lindsay Sloane.
Lindsay Sloane.
Yeah. What else has Lindsay Sloane done?
Like, I totally could not remember, like, what else. Like, I watched all 3 seasons of The Odd Couple, and I was like, she was just one of those girls that you've seen in a bunch of stuff before. You don't really, like, remember where.
Hold on. I'm pulling up her page. Because, she's in Horrible Bosses.
It's probably, like, a long listing.
She's done Horrible Bosses. She's in Bring It On, the original.
Yeah, she's Big Red.
Done guest stars on things like My So-Called Life, That 70s Show, Greg the Bunny, How I Met Your Mother. Mm-hmm. She's voiced Charlie Brown's sister in a Charlie Brown cartoon. Mr. Sunshine, isn't that with Matthew Perry?
I believe it is.
Yeah, so her and Matthew Perry are like BFFs.
Totes, obviously.
She's in a television version of Homeward Bound. Ooh.
Okay.
And Drunk History. She played Nancy Reagan on Drunk History.
Okay, I'm going to have to find that one.
Yes. Shout out to Nancy Reagan and shout out to being drunk in history.
You know what I learned the other day is that there was a color in 1981 called Nancy Reagan Red.
Oh, really?
That was like the fashionable color.
Do you have that crayon? Do you have that Crayola crayon?
Yes, it was in this random book my parents gave me called What Was Hot.
We need to, this is going to be our research project, is we need to look up Nancy Reagan Red.
I gotta look that up later, yeah.
All right. We'll tweet it. Tweet us at Very Podcast, and we'll send you a sample of what Nancy Reagan Red looks like.
Oh my gosh.
That's like the Princess Di Beanie Baby.
Princess Diana.
Of the 80s. All right. So what happens in Sabrina? So they get to the Animal Kingdom. Libby has eyes for Harvey, right?
Yeah, like Libby's always trying to get with Harvey, and he like doesn't even know she exists for the most part. She's like that girl that's like always like talking to him, and he's like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, I don't even think Sabrina and Harvey, I think, were supposed to be a couple, but they weren't at this point in time. Maybe
I don't even know. Like, okay, like Harvey and Sabrina were like totally the couple. This is before she got the job at the coffee house. So before the guy from Hey Dude showed up and stole Sabrina's heart.
Yeah, because like, didn't she? I have definitely seen other episodes, and she has another boyfriend that's not Harvey.
Yeah,
and Harvey's just kind of like a background character.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, yeah, it's kind of like she starts working at the coffee house, and there's like the older guy, the college guy, who's the manager that she starts to date. Wait, where have we heard this before?
Everything.
Freaking Saved by the Bell.
In every series ever that has a teenage girl.
Except this guy doesn't like cheat on Sabrina because he's played by David Lasher, who played Ted McGraw on Hey Dude.
Oh, David Lasher. He is in the cast listing.
Yeah.
He was on Hey Dude with Christine Taylor.
Mm-hmm. And the guy who played Mr. Ernst, who keeps popping up in all these 90s TV shows that we're watching.
Do you want to hear something wild?
What?
David Lasher is in 2 episodes of Melissa and Joey.
Yes, he is. He plays one of Joey's best friends.
And he was on an episode of Two of a Kind.
He was on a bunch of episodes. He actually like played the uncle that came and lived with them in like second season or something.
Oh, and he played Josh on the Clueless TV series.
Okay.
Wild stuff.
That was something that started on ABC and then got moved to like UPN.
Yeah, it was on UPN for a while, I think. Oh, 3 seasons. It lasted 3 seasons, but it was still produced by the same people who made the movie.
Then why was the TV show so bad?
Well, Alicia Silverstone was actually asked to play Cher, but she turned the role down.
Okay. She was going places back then. She had to go be Batgirl.
But Lisa Donovan and Stacey Dash still came back for the series though.
Yes.
So I don't know.
So this is before Lisa Donovan moved on to Sabrina the Teenage Witch as Morgan.
Yeah, this whole everything's related. Everything is relative in this.
This is really kind of creepy, and my brain is like
there literally is anything TGIF related. Just used the same stable of actors, and they just appeared on each other's shows throughout time. And even the guy who played Murray, Donald Faison, was on the Clueless TV series. So
yeah,
they all came back except for Cher. Yeah. She just kind of fucked up the whole dynamic.
And Cher and Josh are the only two that did not come back.
And it's Paul Rudd was not the megastar that he is today. He totally could have done it. And you know what, Alicia Silverstone, you thought you were going to be this big shit, but you kind of just faded out. So you should have done it.
Okay, so Alicia Silverstone, everybody got their belly button pierced because of you.
Yeah, because of your Aerosmith video.
But
which might be a future episode of the podcast, maybe. At some point in time. We'll do all 3. Maybe.
But, yeah. What you're doing Diary of the Wimpy Kid now.
Yeah.
I was I saw that trailer and I was like, wait, what?
She's playing the mom now. Now Alicia Silverstone is mom material age.
Hey, at least she's not Baby Bird feeding the kid in the movie.
Well, you know what's going to happen to her in a few years? She's going to be in the run-in to play Spider-Man's aunt in a Spider-Man movie.
Oh my god, she is.
That's basically what happens to you once you hit 45 in the acting world. You just become eligible to play Spider-Man's aunt.
And she keeps getting younger, so...
Yeah, Spider-Man's aunt was an elderly woman in the Tobey Maguire films. Then she became Sally Field, which is a little bit not as quite elderly. Now she's hot. Now she's hot Marissa Tomei.
With Tony Stark hitting on her in Captain America.
Yes. Pretty soon it's going to be Selena Gomez as Spider-Man's aunt.
Oh my god.
Her young aunt, her young hip aunt.
Oh my god.
Who is in community college.
Oh my god.
You know what's coming.
I know, and that's what's really sad, because they'll do another freaking Spider-Man reboot just in time for Selena Gomez to be 35.
Not even. She'll be 32, and it's going to be, they're close in age.
Oh my god.
Spider-Man's grandmother had a big age gap in between kids, and one of them is Selena Gomez. You heard it here first. It's a very special podcast exclusive. Selena Gomez as Spider-Man's aunt. And
it still won't be Miles as Spider-Man. It'll still be Peter Parker, and you guys will be pissy about that.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe Selena Gomez will play Miles' aunt. We'll see.
I don't even know how that story goes. I just know that everybody always gets mad because it's Peter Parker, and I'm like...
Yeah, well, they want Don Glover to play Spider-Man. Wasn't that the whole internet rage 4 years back? Before the Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, they were trying to get Don Glover as Spider-Man. I remember that.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And if the internet does not get their way, it's just chaos for years to come.
It is, and they still don't shut up about stuff.
We're still getting, every day you still get a tweet that, Betty White is dead.
Guys, come on. Knocking on wood.
We're not going to believe it until AP News tweets it.
I don't believe a celebrity's dead until I hear it from TMZ.
Yeah, they're now the go-to source.
Seriously, if I don't see it from, TMZ, I don't believe it when it comes to a celebrity death.
Yeah, they know before the celebrity does.
Well, when Cory Monteith died... They were on that news as it was breaking.
Oh, those guys don't sleep. They stay up all night. They just sit there. They have they're surrounded by laptops. They just have laptops everywhere. There's people feeding them news. They send somebody out to check up on it. They have spies all over the world.
Yeah. Well, you can just email in a tip.
What was it, Hollywood Confidential magazine from the 50s? It's that times a million. That's TMZ.
Yeah. Hedda Hopper would lose her shit today.
Oh, she would be confused as fuck. She'd be what? What is going on?
Oh my god, this is way too quick. how am I supposed to, like, control this and make this work for me?
She'd find a way. She'd always find
She
a way.
would. If anybody could, it'd be Hedda.
Yeah, just give her a martini at 2 p.m. and she'll figure it out. She'll figure it out in an hour. Before that glass is empty, she'll have shit under control.
Yeah.
All right, where are we in Sabrina? Have we even started?
They just got to Florida. We were talking about the hotel rooms.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, not much happens.
Like, nothing really happens. Like, for some reason, the aunts go because why not?
Are they supposed to be chaperones?
Yeah, they're supposed to be chaperones, but really, did we really need to see the aunts as chaperones?
They don't even do any chaperoning, though, because they immediately break off from the group.
No, they don't, because the one aunt wants to dig up these fake bones. Like, is that something you can do at Animal Kingdom? I don't remember.
I'm sure you can.
Probably.
You can definitely do it where I live in Myrtle Beach. They put a sandbox out and you can just dig for dinosaur bones. They just throw shit in. Every morning they send some fucking teen who makes like $7 an hour, throw some fake bones under some sand. They open the doors, kids come in, they dig around, they find the bones, and then they go home. You might get like a dinosaur sticker.
Yeah, just like the cheesy stuff. So like the one aunt's like, I really want to do this. And it's like, you could like just snap yourself anywhere and actually like do this for real.
Yeah, but she wants to do it at Animal Kingdom, Dinosaur Park, because there's a Dinosaur Park section of Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
And the other aunt just wants to go on all like the fun rides. She wants to do like Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, and she keeps name dropping the rides, Tower of Terror.
Yeah, but you never see anybody on any ride except for Harvey on the safari ride.
And it's a boring ride. It's just like a Jeep just strolls through a fake woods.
Like, it strolls through the whole, like, safari thing, and, you know, they're like, oh my god, poachers are coming, we've gotta go catch them, and you're always just, like, just missing those poachers.
Yeah, and so Sabrina finds the rare plants that are only found in Orlando.
And she's like, this is what she's doing. She's just, like, you know how they have those, like, wooded little, like, areas between the walking paths? They're, like, maybe a 5x5 foot space kind of thing.
Yeah, she's just sitting in those.
And she's, like, picking a plant there, and the principal's walking around. He's always catching her. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, just leave her alone, dude. Like, why do you care what she's doing?
And she's coming up with, like, dumb excuses. She's like, oh, I'm looking for an ice machine. And he's like, why would there be an ice machine in this, like, fenced-off area? And she, like, snaps her fingers, and an ice machine appears.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, Disney is doing some weird things now. I need to call corporate and tell them that they need to not do this. And he's always writing things down on his clipboard.
It just doesn't make sense. It's like so stretching this idea that she's got people keeping her down and like that she's hiding her magic from.
I don't even think it would be really that hard to hide your magic. Like, all you have to do is just get away from people and just do magic stuff, or wait for them to turn their back like she does. But they always have to, like, she always has to come up with some dumb way to explain. And
yeah,
but you can make characters do and say and think things with just a snap of a finger, so why don't you just do that?
Well, eventually, like, there comes a point where you cannot use any more magic on a person.
Oh.
Because that eventually happens with Harvey, and he finds out that she's actually a witch, and they break up.
Oh, magic doesn't work anymore on you or something?
Yeah. She can't, like, freeze frame him or anything anymore.
There's limitations.
Yeah. Like, okay, the rules that Sabrina has to, like, live within are even, like, I think more convoluted than anything Jeannie or Samantha ever had to deal with. It's like, she can't see her mother for 2 years, or her mother's gonna become a ball of wax because her mother's immortal.
Yeah.
And her father's away. Like, it's just, like, stupid little things.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, you would just, like, were they afraid of just casting someone as the parents?
I don't know. I really don't.
I don't.
Like, I don't get, like, any of this, because you do eventually see her mother. Like, she gets to see her. It's one of those shows where, like, you didn't think people were going to pay attention to the mythology, I guess, is the best way to put it. So, like, there's no consistency.
Yeah, it's just every 6 months, Sabrina has a new best friend.
Yeah, she's got a new best friend, there's new rules, and
things change when she gets her witch license.
she has to, like, train somebody else. She has to be, like, a Quizmaster type person for somebody else, and then she, like, goes to college, and, you know, she doesn't live with the aunts anymore, but they're always still around.
They're showing up.
Yeah, they're like, oh, hey, I'm your professor now.
I run the coffee shop underneath your dorm.
Exactly, like, she didn't even live in a dorm. She, like, lived in a rented house with, like, 3 random people, including Punky Brewster.
It's like on The Facts of Life, like they would have to find excuses to keep the girls at Eastland, even though they've already graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, they're dietitians now. Now they're the principal. It's like, girl, just leave the town. Just leave town. Just go. Run away.
Blair, for all her millions, never left Peekskill.
No, and she always had a dumb job. Like she runs like a gift shop.
Now she like owns a hotel or something, according to the TV movie years ago.
All right, so Sabrina gathers all the chemicals of plants. She makes like an iced tea looking contraption.
Yeah, she brews up some random tea potion. And then she's like, oh, I gotta go get the rest of these ingredients for the other potion. And Valerie, like, pours it into her water bottle and is like, Libby'll like this, because there's this whole, like, thing where Libby suddenly wants to hang around Valerie to get to Harvey. Like, really, Harvey's not that much of a catch.
No, he's like a 5.
Like, he's cute, he's probably nice. He's like not a bad boyfriend. He's not a great boyfriend, but
he's kind of stupid.
Then again, Sabrina's always doing magic on him. So what's really Harvey and what's not?
So Libby and Valerie drink the potion. They turn into zebras that are now just roaming around the park.
Just randomly zebras.
Yeah. So now Sabrina has to find them. As soon as she finds them, she turns them back into humans. I think right at that moment is when the principal shows up and they're all just like chilling in like a wooded area of the park again. Mm-hmm. Like, so why is the principal going into the wooded area?
I know, right? Like, what? Like, this just makes no sense. I was just like, why is he there? Why are they there? Like, come on.
That's literally the plot of the story. That's the main plot. Then there's a B plot where Zelda and Hilda find a real bone. They find a real human bone in Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Which ends up being like a caveman.
Yes.
That they bring back to life.
Sorry, it's not... Well, Disney they bring back. It's just some random caveman.
Yeah, it's a random caveman who comes back to life. He's now, like, roaming around the park. Mm-hmm. Instead of, like, just killing him and just making him, like, be a bone again, they teach him English and they just have him work at Animal Kingdom. They get him a job there.
Yeah. They teach him to say ice. No ice. And that's, like, it.
He sells beverages, like, on a beverage cart, and that's basically his life. He's probably still there right now. Just like, why am I here?
He's right there outside the Finding Nemo show, just, like, chilling.
And that's, like, that literally is the whole plot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. As I said, it's a dumb plot that they throw into the series just to be a half-hour commercial for Animal Kingdom, and it just ends up being
And it's not a very good commercial for Animal Kingdom.
No.
It's, like, really bad.
Now, before we go, are you ready for some controversy, some Animal Kingdom controversy?
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. In October of 2014, an Alabama family's trip went wrong when a snake dropped out of a tree and bit a little boy. But hold on. His great-grandfather got so worked up over the incident that he had a cardiac arrest and died as a reaction to the attack.
Oh my god.
A lawsuit was then threatened because of the incident, but it was never filed. And then, after all of this, it just turned out to be a non-venomous snake that was just indigenous to the area.
Yeah, I figure it's Florida, there's snakes.
Yeah.
You can't control that, sorry.
Like, he was just a snake in Florida. It was not part of the of the park.
It wasn't like a Disney snake.
No. But Disney also had another incident last year involving the alligator that, like, killed a boy, so...
Yeah.
Watch out for wildlife in Disney. Don't think that they are there. They are there.
Yeah, they're not all... They're still wild animals.
Yeah, they can get through the gates. They can dig their way through. Mm-hmm. Like snakes. Like, they can go underground.
Yeah, snakes can get wherever they want to go. Ugh.
They're snakes. They have no soul. They will find a way and bite you.
If they want to get on the damn plane, they're going to get on the damn plane.
And don't get worked up if a snake bites your great-grandson. Just take him to the hospital. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll give him, like, the $10,000 anti-venom.
Exactly.
And he'll be good. You don't have to get all worked up, great-grandpa. Just relax. Chill. Go to the Medi tent or whatever that they have there.
Seriously, this was the worst Disney episode I think I've ever seen of anything.
Yeah, there's more exciting ones. Like, we could have done a Full House where Steve is Aladdin.
I don't think that's what happened. I think Michelle gets to be like princess for the day or something, and she's a total brat.
Something like that. We could have done Boy Meets World where they bump into the cast of Step by Step.
Oh, we could have done the Step by Step one, or
even the
why did we do Sabrina?
even the Roseanne one. I think because of availability.
Well, because this used to be like a thing where like the sitcom would go to Disney. Well, it's still kind of a thing. It's not like as obvious now. I think the last one that did it was the Middle.
Are you ready for what New York Times had to say about ABC sending their sitcoms to Disney World?
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, 1997, New York Times. ... ABC shows send their characters to Disney World for an episode or two and painted the park as something close to heaven. Not only are there no 45-minute lines for rides or overcrowded restaurants, but everyone's problems are solved there. A theme park, it seems, is the place to find true love, rekindle it, or teach children vital moral lessons they apparently never bothered to learn at home. So that is what the New York Times has to say about ABC Disney World sitcoms.
Yeah, I mean, I do think Cory and Topanga got back together at Disney World.
I mean, when you get there, it is an overcrowded mess, and you're just...
Yeah.
You're hot, you're sweaty, you just want to drink, but they cost like $8.
It's humid as hell. It's just... But yeah, it's still fun.
You have to pee, and the bathroom line is long.
And you go with your stupid boyfriend's cousins and have to sit through Finding Nemo.
Oh, you want to hear something wild, too, about Animal Kingdom?
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. It is the only park in Disney World that has doors on the bathrooms just in case an animal escapes that visitors will have a place to hide in.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And it's the only theme park that doesn't use like plastic cups and straws. They use like some weird paper material, so that way if they get in the attractions, the animals won't eat the plastic. It'll just be like a paper material they're eating.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I thought the bathroom thing was wild.
It's the only one with doors.
It's like, shit, a rhinoceros is loose. Everyone go in the bathroom.
Run to the bathroom that nobody's going to be able to fit in because there's millions of people around.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of bathrooms, maybe. So
maybe.
You just find the nearest bathroom.
You can never find one when you want one.
No. I mean, I would think you would just run into the gift shop and they can probably find a way to close the doors.
Well, I'm pretty sure the gift shops have doors. At least some of them. Yeah.
Well, they got to close at night. And yeah, so there's going to be some type of lock-in mechanism just to protect all the goods.
Exactly.
Especially during like a hurricane or like a wild thunderstorm that might happen here and there overnight. Who knows?
Something like that, yeah.
Who knows?
Oh my god, what are we doing next?
All right, are you ready for what we are doing next? This is wild.
I don't think I am. I'm not. You just destroyed me with this Sabrina episode.
I know. We'll make it up to you. We'll make it up to you, Internet. So this is something that we brought up on a recent episode of the podcast. It was one of the things that were on the same night as something else we did. So that segment's probably going to be boring. We might even just skip that segment. But it's a TV movie. We are going to do back-to-back TV movies. But we are going to kick things off with Tori Spelling's Co-Ed Call Girl.
Yay!
Which we found on YouTube. There's a version of it on YouTube that we can watch. We're going to pop some popcorn, pour some juicy juice.
Hey, I've got popcorn.
And we're going to watch Co-Ed Call Girl.
Yay! Okay.
And we can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Even though I was totally, randomly making fun of Tori Spelling the other day.
It's fine. We can make fun of Tori Spelling again.
Hey, she just randomly shows up on my Facebook feed in a live video, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, so we get to make fun of Tori Spelling for like a full hour.
Woo!
On our next episode. But we might be nice, who knows?
We might be. You never know.
We do like vintage Tori.
You never know how catty we're going to get.
But definitely check us out. What's our website? averyspecialpodcast.com.
Yes, averyspecialpodcast.com. Twitter is @verypodcast.
Instagram.
Everything else is pretty much a Very Special Podcast.
Yes, and I posted something to the Pinterest board last night. I posted it was like a cake. What did I
Hedgehog cake.
I found it on the 70s dinner party website, so I had to throw something on Pinterest just to keep Pinterest interesting.
Hey, I posted a bunch of drink recipes a few days before.
Yeah, so find our, what's it called? The bar at A Very Special Podcast is our Pinterest. Yeah, so that's where, if you want something to eat or drink while you're listening to our podcast, go to our Pinterest page. And, as always,
bye!
Ooh.